Welcome back, man. Point of no return, man. We know too much, man. We just seen too much, man. We've been through too much. We are experiencing too much. God to reveal Himself to us over and over again for us to go back to the way we used to be, the way we used to think, react, and respond to life, man. It's your Holy Ghost homeboy Slim. SLIMM, simply living in my moment, which means yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's never promised, so all you have is right now, this moment, and I hope you're fully living in yours because I'm fully living in mine, man. Just back with another quick word. I want to talk about the power and the favor that comes with being obedient to God's instruction. I give you a quick testimony. My youngest son, he's 8, and I left this mother because it was not the right relationship for me. And in me doing so, she's taking it out on me by not allowing me to see my son. And it's been going on for some time. And we have rhythms where it's going cool, it's going okay, and it's because I done said yes to everything, regardless of what the terms and conditions are. In order for me to get my son, I tend to do it because I want to have him, but it's sporadic. You know what I'm saying? When I get him, I don't know when I'm going to get him back. So it'd be hard. Cry every time I drop him off, like, for real talk. But anyway, it's been like that for a while. And like 2 weeks ago, I was supposed to get him, so I was excited. I haven't got him a lot this school year or this summer. So he's supposed to come to the house, chill. So I set it up, supposed to go meet him, pick him up. And I'm in the store getting the little things for him, so when he comes to the house, he can have his own food. You know what I'm saying? Just hooking him up, like I know what he like. And then I get a phone call that he's no longer coming. His mama didn't call and tell me, you feel me? Somebody else did. So that kind of hurt my feelings, and it put me in a negative space because I got my hopes up. I always get my hopes up when it's time to see any of my kids. And I have other kids too with, that's not in my household, but they're of age, so they can call me, they can text me. You know what I'm saying? And when they want to come see me, when they want me to come get them, they could verbalize themselves, and I don't have to go through their mothers because they're at their age. My son is still 8, so he need mama right now for a lot of guidance and a lot of attention. And all I would ask is, hey, like, have him at least call me once a week. If I can't see him, if I can't come get him, if he can't come over here, have him at least call me once a week. When I wasn't getting that, I'd be like, okay, well, at least have him call my mama. He got aunties, he got uncles, he got, cousins that want to see him, that want to talk to him, that want to make sure I'm all right. Because I was like, okay, if you keeping him from me, it hurt, but it's other people that love him as well. So, just keep your hate towards me and at least give these other people a chance to love on my son and let my son love on them. So it had been a lot of that, and then I got to a point to where it almost got ugly, between me and his stepdad, because I'm telling him, like, look, man, I just want my son. And I explained to them why I was angry. I explained to them why I was frustrated. I explained to them why I was approaching him like this, because all this time I'm asking nicely. I'm requesting every week just for him to talk to me. So all these little things, you get ignored, you be made fun of, you are being kicked while you down, you being threatened with jail and consequences from child support and suspending your license, all the different type of things. And I'm always trying to be a good father. He's with me during every holiday. He's been with me every single birthday. Even without a steady income, I still, excuse me, I still provide for him. I still take care of him. He still has everything that he needs, everything that he wants, everything that he desires. I rarely tell him no. You know what I mean? And despite all that, despite being a good father, a good example, a leader and a pillar of my community, a coach, active in my church, just a positive person, human being overall, because of the mom's inability to get over what happened between me and her, she was holding my son and using him against me, right? So I don't know what to do at this point, because I didn't talk to her, told her how I felt, talked to her husband, told him how I felt. Did everything I had to do by the book as far as like courts and stuff go. Even when it was time to stand on business, I was really willing to, it just one-on-one, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't nobody, like, let's do what we gotta do, and then we can move on. And then I still apologize, even though that I had reason to feel the way I feel like me having to do what I had to do in order to just be heard, you know, that was a lot. And I understand that, but I'm a human. I can only take so much. Not making excuses, man. I want my son, bro. It's a lot of men that's out here that wish they baby mamas wouldn't talk to them, that wish, you know what I'm saying, they didn't have no responsibility and all these things, and all they want to, you know, do is just cut a check, and if that, you know what I'm saying. But it's like, not me. I want to be involved in every way. I want to be able to go to the school events. I want to be able to be a part of his growth and development. I want to be there in his ear. I want to be constantly seen, constantly heard. I want to be an influence in his life, and just continue to be an example of who you should be and who you should not be, and then just allow him to be himself and allow him to grow naturally and come into his own the way he's supposed to, you know what I'm saying? No pressure, you know, just be yourself. You don't have to go through what I went through or see the things that I saw or experience the things that I see. So if I could just get you to start figuring out who you trying to be, who you see yourself as in the future, then we could get you to molding yourself to be that person and get you on the right path and get you to God and get you to asking him, you know, specifically for what you want and what you need for your journey. You know, that's the type of stuff that I'm on. So it was hurting me that I couldn't have my son, bro. And it's like the system is allowing it. Other people is enabling her, you know. It was just a lot going on, and I felt like as a father, especially a black father, you know, my voice was not being heard, and all people saw was my anger and my frustration, but they didn't see the reasons why. All they wanted was my money and the payment, but they didn't want to talk about me actually having a set time and a set schedule to see my son. So it was a lot of stuff that was just showing me that all this was just a money grab. And it hurt because my son is just not a ticket. He ain't a meal ticket. And wherever little or whatever amount, you know, if it's a bulk amount, you still can't put a price on a child. You can't put a price on love. You can't put a price on looking at your future and looking at your legacy. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, like I said, a lot was going on. So I was getting to the point to where I wasn't giving up, but I had to deal with the realization that maybe I was going to have to go some time without seeing my son. And it was a hard realization to come to, you feel me? But I had to be realistic because I didn't want to keep breaking down. I don't want to keep being sad. I didn't want to keep being upset and let my emotions and my frustrations lead me to guide me to do things that was outside of my character, or make bad decisions that was going to take me further away from my son and give people exactly what they're looking for. You know what I'm saying? So as a man of God, as a being a bigger person, a better person, I was like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna pray. You feel me? So I prayed. I ended up texting him. I just told him, you know, hopefully, you know, you accept my apologies. I accept, you know, yours if you're trying to apologize. You know what I'm saying? I told him, you know, why I acted the way I acted, why I reacted and responded the way I did, just to clarify. And, you know, you may not agree, but at least you understand. At least it's out in the open. I told him, you know, if my son is going to be around you, then I need to make sure that you're going to be there in his life and that you're going to be a positive influence. If you're going to see him more than me, then they like to make sure that you being somebody that's trying to uplift them and elevate them and understand them and love them and take your time with them and letting them grow. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be scared of you, to respect you, all these type of things, you know what I'm saying? And this dude, way older than me, but I felt like I had to explain that, you know, you may hate me, but don't let the hatred that you have towards me affect the way that you see my son. You know what I'm saying? I had a stepdad and I am a stepdad, so I know all too well how this life go, and I try my best to be not just a stepdad, but just a daddy to him, just a father to my stepson. I don't even feel right saying that because I've been around him so long and I don't look at him no differently, like my own flesh and blood, you know what I'm saying? So it's coming from a place of me being in the position that he's in and having to go through some things too. So I asked you again for forgiveness. I told him I forgive him. I even told him that I love you, bro, as a Christian. You know, we might not like each other, but as a Christian, as a man of God, I gotta love you. You know what I'm saying? I gotta respect you. I gotta uplift you. I gotta, you know, no matter what I feel personally about you, I gotta make sure that I'm doing right by you, that I'm trying my best to get things on common ground. No response, you know what I'm saying? Even reached out to the mama, just telling her, you know, like, let's just co-parent, let's just do what we gotta do. Like, it shouldn't have to be this hard. It shouldn't have to be this much, and nobody should have to go through this, and, you know, have these promises of seeing my son when he right there. So nothing was working. Boom, no response. So my best friend, one of my best friends, he ended up calling me. And while we was on the phone, he was like, I know you ain't gonna want to hear this. He was like, but he was like, I need you to just forgive her and ask for forgiveness and just let it go and just start over. So he telling me what to say, and I'm listening to him, and I'm not objecting. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling him everything you telling me to say. I've already said it. Then he just telling me, he was like, nah, you can't think about the other times. He said, them times already done. He said, only think about right now. He said, you can't hold on to the past and the things that has happened. We about to get a new result. He said, God put this on my heart to tell you to put it on your heart. So I'm listening to him, and I'm like, bro, I'm like, you know, I'm not in the wrong here. He said, I know. He said, but just ask for forgiveness. You feel me? He said, you put everything on you. Put everything on you. He said, I understand what you're going through. I know it's not hard. He said, I see what they doing. I see what they saying. And he was like, I know it's not right. And he said, you've been going through this for a while. He said, but just ask for forgiveness. So as we talking, you know what I'm saying? I'm not arguing, because if God put that on his heart to tell me, then I got to take heed. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a hypocrite. Just because we are chosen one don't mean that we stop being students and we stop being followers and we stop being children of Christ just because we a leader of man. No, you still got to learn. You still got to be open. You still got to be ready to receive messages and gifts and all type of things from people that's familiar and people that's strangers. You feel me? You can't be big and all high and mighty and on your high horse that you forget to be humble, that you think that your opinion and what you say is more important than what anybody else got to say. Once you start feeling like that, then you're not working for God no more. You're working for yourself. So I was able to sit there and listen and be receptive and be open, because at the end of the day, I don't know it all. You know what I'm saying? I don't got the answers. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to make it through life just like y'all trying to make it through life. So God puts some people in your life, your advisors, you know, your support system. These are people that should be able to talk to you and guide you and help you make competent, responsible decisions that's going to be beneficial for your life and for the people that's in your life. You know what I'm saying? So these are the people that should be close to you. Not nobody that's going to tell you to do wrong. Not nobody that's going to lead you astray. Not nobody that's going to lie to you. Not nobody that's going to manipulate you. Not nobody that's going to set you up. You need people that's around you that's going to be able to help you and be able to share news with you, even though it might be uncomfortable for you or them. I know this wasn't an easy conversation for him to have with me. You know what I'm saying? But he's telling me this because he has an assignment to do. He has work to do too. And when we don't allow people to get their work done, it don't hurt them, it hurt us. Because if once somebody tell you what you need to know and you don't do what you're supposed to do, their job is done. Now the consequences that you're going to receive is going to be because you wasn't obedient. So I didn't want to be in that position. So I listened to him. And as he's telling me what to say, I'm texting it to my baby moms, bro. And I'm like, this is crazy. But it's like, and this is right after the no show, no call, no show. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, like, this is crazy. But I text her anyway. I kid you not. The next day, it sounded like a different person was talking to me. I just seen my son this past weekend, you feel me? Like, he came over to my people's house and celebrated his sister's 3rd birthday party with us. And he was with us the whole time, and he was under me the whole time, and it felt good to have him there, and it felt good to not argue or have negative interactions, just to trying to do something positive, just trying to get my son. Why I got to go through all this and say all this and be all this just to get my seed? And it felt good not to have to go through all that. Then we ended up finding him some Under Armour football gloves. He played for the Falcons, you feel me? So I got him some all red with some gems, you feel me, to pop out, because his uniform black and red. Got him his little gloves. Was able to throw the ball with him, just talk to him, just chill with him, just ride with him around the city. You know what I'm saying? It felt good watching him with his brothers, watching him with his sister, with his cousin, with his mama Sugar, like watching him with his people. Like, it felt good to see him be a kid. You know what I'm saying? And all I could do was just be thankful. And I know that came directly from me being obedient, because think about if I would have been hard-headed, or if I would have argued back to my friend, or no, I ain't doing that, or I already did that and it's not going to work. If I would have been doubtful, if I would have not had faith, if I would have not just took God at his word, you feel me? Took my friend at his word and just went ahead and did it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have seen my son. So sometimes God, a lot of times when he giving you something, he puts something on your heart, he giving you a task to do, it's a reward and it's a benefit and it's a power and it's a peace to that. So we have a hard time going through life already. But when you know you're doing what you're supposed to do and your problems that are external, your peace remains with you. Your clarity remains with you. Your order remains with you. The Holy Spirit remains with you because you're not bringing these things on yourself. You're just reacting and responding to life appropriately. So being obedient, listening to God's instruction, it's a certain power and it's a certain favor that come with that. And I know it's more going to come to that. So now all I got to do is just keep going. So regardless of where this goes, I know where it can be. So this is something to work towards. This is something to maintain. This is something to balance out. This is something to respect. And you just got to keep going. So even when it's hard, God gonna probably put the responsibility and accountability on you, even when it's somebody else's fault. He gonna ask you, what could you do better? You feel me? So when you come to God, he not looking to punish you. He not looking to persecute you. He looking to free you. And he looking to show you that everything that you need is already inside of you. You just need to go deep inside of you and just trust the Trinity that they're going to guide you through. And once you start letting go, once you start forgiving people, once you start forgiving yourself, once you start looking at each day is gone, you feel me? You just live right now and you don't turn back. You don't focus on nothing that already did happen. You don't focus on nothing that didn't happen. You feel me? You just focus on right now and the possibility of having your dreams come true. Then that keeps everything open and everything flowing for you. Don't be stagnant by focus on the past. You feel me? We don't want to turn into a pillar of salt and be stuck staring at what could have been, what should have been, and what, you know what I'm saying? Nah, we want what is. So please be obedient. Whatever God is telling you to do, whatever he's put on your heart, whatever he's instructed you to do or tasked you to do, please do it. And I promise you the results will be more than what you expected. Till next time, Slim.